incredibly different. For me, there's a central idea that's similar between them, and that is only human beings are involved in knowledge creation.
Yeah.
And at that point, I'm like backing up as an Aboriginal woman, like, whoa, this is full on disrespectful business going on here. What is this? Only human beings are involved in knowledge creation. That's how I position myself different to, the worldviews that were imported here from Europe. But from a relational worldview, there's many, many, many more stakeholders involved in creating ways of knowing. Humans are just one of them. So, all entities of country are involved as equal stakeholders in creating ways of knowing. The riverways, animals, plants, the seasons, the elements are all positioned as equal. But the other area with the stakeholders is a spirit world.
Yeah.
So my ancestors are equally involved in creating ways of knowing right now, even though they might have passed decades ago or hundreds of years ago, because there's a belief from an Aboriginal worldview of cyclical time. So even though I'm here now, I am equally, my ancestors are equally with me, and then my unborn great-great-grandchildren are equally, in this time and space. The spirit world, our ancestors are also equal stakeholders in creating knowledge. So way more than the worldviews that I've been given to choose from, that only human beings create ways of knowing.
And that's a massive difference, isn't it? I mean, you've got three things going on there. You've got the human-centric, and you're saying like, well, that's such a limited viewpoint. There's also time. I mean, the way First Nations people think about time, and you've been around, what is it, 60,000 years or something like that, and with this kind of a continual kind of heritage and wisdom, and just the way you conceptualize time is, I think, very different from kind of this modernist kind of European worldview.
For sure. And I think the perfect symbol for that is the circle.
Yeah.
It's not linear. Everything is overlapping on top of each other. I heard something funny. I was interviewing an auntie once, and she said, Mishel, if the non-Aboriginal people don't understand, just tell them it was the longest longitudinal study that they could even think of.
Yeah. And it is. And the idea of the spirit world, I mean, Max Weber kind of famously talked about modernity disenchanting the world and becoming disenchanted. And it was right, really, because, even in Europe, like pre-modernity and pre-Christianity, the pagan world was a spirit-led world. It was kind of there was an enchanted world. The rocks and the trees and the plants was it is part of us, and it's just something we kind of lost and became very separated from.
Separated. I think for myself as an Aboriginal, looking at European history, I think there's been different levels of separation, like separation from country.
Yeah.
And then separation from spirituality.
Yeah.
But then even maybe separation from yourself in a way, which has been interesting. And probably some other key